So Jim, let's talk about Alcoa. Now, we just talked about the automakers and you talked about raw costs.
Right.
So let's talk about Alcoa. And is China going to help them
No,
or not?
I mean, it should.
It's going to hurt them?
See, I think China's trying to find employment wherever it can. It would make logical sense for them to shut their overpriced, dirty smelters and just import aluminum from Alcoa. That's the rational move. The Chinese are not being rational here. One, they don't really care about pollution. I mean, that's one of them. We're part of the Kyoto Accords, and they will care about it one day when their healthcare system is overwhelmed by what happens. And two, because of the Chinese production, they're selling it well below the cost, and that just destroys Alcoa's margins. Now, Alcoa, they've cut numbers. This will be the first quarter where people recognize they could have a loss. So if they don't have a loss, it would be a big deal. I think Alcoa is dead money. I do believe that they are in the sweet spot when it comes to turbines, when it comes to auto, when it comes to making the skin for iPhones, for iPads. They are in the sweet spot for some of the airplanes because of the fasteners. They lost out to composites for the actual skin. But,
so how do you, when those earnings come out, what are you going to look at? What's going to be the thing that you're going to zero in on?
They've got new production coming on that is much lower in cost than the production they shuttered on Friday, and that somehow they're going to be able to break free from the actual price of alumina. So far, they haven't been able to. It's one of the reasons why we had to walk away from it fractionally. It's a very disappointing company for us, and a lot of that's just me believing that the world was going to come back and the Chinese would act rationally, and they didn't. And because of the Chinese not acting rationally, something, by the way, that Dan D'Amico at Nucor keeps talking about, the steel company, it's just very hard to own that particular class of metals.
Is it inappropriate now to look at Alcoa as the trendsetter for the earnings season?
I think it is only because the Chinese are not importers.
Okay.
And you need to see the Chinese be importers of a metal in order for that metal to stay higher.
All right, so let's just quit looking at Alcoa to get a
not a
temperature on earnings season.
Not a bellwether.
All right,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Jim.